Hi, Charlie McCann, Stan James, welcome to a preview of this midweek racing, days 2 and 3 of the Chester May meeting. First of all, up the Huxley Stakes, run over 1.25 miles. And Redwood is a fascinating contender here. He was considered a Derby contender going into the Dante last year, but finished last of 9 on that occasion, given a long break, and then finished second, beaten ahead by Glass Harmonium at Sandown last time. I just think he may need 1.5 miles before he comes into his own. Preference is given to the dual course and distance winner Stottsville, now an 8-year-old, so he's not going to get any better. And rain wouldn't be a great help to Stottsville, but and rain is forecast on the Rudy tomorrow, but I think the fact that he's a dual course and distance winner is so important around the idiosyncratic turns of Chester for Stottsville, and the team Swinburne in great form as well, and good to soft ground, wouldn't be an inconvenience. Finished 4th, running on behind Tranquil Tiger in the Lingfield Derby, the Group 3 Lingfield Derby trial. Very good horse, Cecil's Tranquil Tiger last time, and Stottsville for me in the 1.25 mile Group 3 Huxley Stakes. Chester Vase is a good Derby trial. Okay, we've not had a Derby winner in recent years, but we had Millenary in 2000, went on to win the St Leger. Soldier of Fortune, probably the best in recent years, 2007, went on to win the Irish Derby by 9 lengths, then went on to win the Coronation Cup, of course, as a 4-year-old. And in 2006 we had Papal Bull. He went on to win King Edward the 7th Stakes at Royal Ascot, and then went on to win the Princess of Wales Stakes as a 4-year-old. So really good horses do win. And Southeaster, of course, who won it last year, he went on and he came out at Kempton after a break and won I think a listed race last time. So it is a good race, and we've got a decent field. We haven't got I don't think a vintage field as well. I'm just going to go for Rocket Man, lightly raced. He won his maiden at the Curragh on soft ground last time. That was over 10 furlongs. I think he'll take the Son of Bonjour. I think he'll take the step up to 12 furlongs in his stride. And okay, he may not be he may not be in the top class sort of colts, the 3-year-old colts, the Jean Vermeers, the Michael Glinka, and of course the St Nicholas Abbey. They may be the 18. I think they're probably the 18 for the Derby from Aidan O'Brien, but you never know. The horses, let's get it right, Aidan O'Brien often runs 3 or 4 at Epsom, so it wouldn't surprise if Rocket Man won tomorrow if he joined his stablemates in the lineup for the Investec Derby. So just for me, critical moment, 3rd in the Craven Stakes last time, belied in Lucid Pimpernel. Lucid Pimpernel he ran okay in the StanJames.com 2000 guineas at the weekend, but I'd have to say it was pretty disappointing. Again, a critical moment when he finished 5th in the Horace Hill as a juvenile. They said that he wanted faster ground. Well, it may be that the rain is forecast for the Rudy tomorrow. He may not get that forecast decent ground. It may be on the softer side of good, and as a result of that, I just prefer Rocket Man. On Friday, do look out for Frankie on Invisible Man in the opener. In the 7 furlongs race, Godolphin, I thought, are running really, really encouraging. Forget the 2 winners in France and Chabal. I thought Alzire ran a good race. I thought the Juvenile as well ran a very, very good race on Sunday for Godolphin, and he certainly will be winning races sooner rather than later. But Invisible Man in the opener on Friday. Look at the 2 pattern races as well. The D Stakes 10 furlong, Desert Myth, very much the talking horse on this occasion for Sir Michael Stout. And Stout, of course, is not afraid to run some of his better horses, of course, including Criskin, who went on to land the D Stakes and then went on to win the Derby. I think that was in 2003. This Desert Myth is lightly raced, only run once, won his maiden, taking a huge step up in class. But a lot of people do think that this and not Workforce is, of course, the Stout Derby horse. But I think Dancing David, second to Elusive Pimpernel and the Craven. Okay, we've been through the Craven form, and Elusive Pimpernel slightly disappointing on Saturday in the Guineas, but Brian Meehan thinks this horse could become Dancing David, could make up into a French Derby horse. French Derby horse, of course, the French Derby's run over 10 furlongs at Chantilly, and if he's to take up that engagement, I think he's got to win the D Stakes on Friday, and as a result I think he'll just shade Desert Myth for me. So it's the main horse Dancing David for me in the D Stakes. With the race of the week in many ways is the Ormond Stakes. We have Harbinger, the John Porter Stakes winner, won his maiden at Chester last year, so we know he'll act on the course against Age of Aquarius. Finished runner-up in the Grand Prix de Paris on Independence Day in France, or Bastille Day rather, on July the 13th last year, hasn't been seen since. Won the Lingfield Derby trial first time up last year. He receives £3 from Harbinger. Now, a lot of people think that could be the deciding factor, but I just favour Harbinger. I do. I thought the way he travelled right round the outside gave distance round, but was always cantering all over his rivals. Again, the Manifest of Cecil's, and second in the John Porter, do look out for him. The third horse home, however, Claremont, did little for the form in the Sten James Jockey Club Stakes rather, on Saturday, so that is a slight concern behind Jukebox Jury. But I think Harbinger will beat Age of Aquarius in what is undoubtedly the race of the week at Chester. Harbinger, if he wins the Ormond, it looks as though it'll be the Coronation Cup for him on the Friday on Oaks Day of Epsom against Age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, Aidan O'Brien, of course, this he does so well with his older horses, but it'll be a fascinating contest. But it's Harbinger for me. Be lucky.